Local news, politics, business, sports, arts, music. Mike and Marty on the feed. Mike and Marty. Mike and Marty.
Good morning, Rockingham and Bellows Falls, and welcome to the feed. It's Mike and Marty. We're in a new location today. So we're at a new
secret location.
A secret location. Well, that's what we should say. It's actually not secret, but it's they've been working at the studio, putting up some new things. This is a new set they want us to try out. I would welcome people to give us feedback. Marty and I are very uncomfortable because we don't handle change well.
At all.
And so I hope you enjoy the show, but let us know what you think. Today we're here with Nate Brown and Mel Dawson. We're going to be talking about the farmers market that's opening on the 17th. But before we have Marty with local events.
Good. The Bellows Falls Opera House this week is Jurassic World. If you've been waiting for the Jurassic sequel, you got it now. June 10th through the June 21st. And the classic movie tonight is The Graduate. Cuckoo, Cuckoo, Mrs. Robinson, which I would actually be very excited to see on the big screen.
Were you even in high school when they came out?
No, I was
think
probably
I was in high
three or
school.
4 years
Yeah.
old. When it came out. So needless to say, I did not see it on the big screen at that time. And the Saxons River Friends of the Opera House are who are sponsoring that film this week. On Saturday, if you haven't been down to the Riverfront Park this year, I would strongly suggest it, and I would suggest it on Saturday, because the Historical Society is having a special event. They're going to do tours of the grist mill. They're going to have, they've had 3 new kiosks installed down there. They're going to unveil those kiosks. There's going to be music, some local display tables. Peter Bergstrom's going to be talking about the bird sanctuary. And Spalding's going to be talking about the Riverfront Walk. And it's from 11 to 3 down at the Riverfront Park. And I've seen the pictures of the flowers down there. Have you guys seen the wildflower? They have a beautiful wildflower garden down there, and they have the Rosie the Riveter garden. And if nothing else, it would be a nice place to walk down to if the weather's nice on Saturday. And if you wanted to see the grist mill, you can go in and take tours.
Yeah.
So highly recommend that.
And it's free fishing day in Vermont.
Is it
so you can
fishing day?
fish while you're there.
You can bring your fishing lure and just cast off.
That's right.
Cast off
Exactly.
the side there. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Good. So the farmers market, a new manager.
Hooray for Mel!
So Mel, tell us a little bit about yourself. Where, first of all, I guess Mel Dawson, and you live in Saxons River, or
I live in Westminster.
Oh, okay. And what do you do?
We do a lot of things. We have I kind of have a Jane of all trades.
Oh, okay.
We actually live on an off-grid small farm, is what my partner and I do, and we have 4 kids together. And then I raise a lot of herbs and forage a lot of herbs and make a lot of like herbal products and things like that. So I was going to vend at the market this year anyway.
Oops.
Yeah.
And so, how do you forage for herbs in Vermont?
Well, they're everywhere. So like right now, I would say, looking for anything from plantain to jewelweed to yarrow, St. John's wort it's blooming soon, mushrooms. Nate and I talk about mushrooms a lot.
Oh, really?
So I think just getting, talking with somebody locally who knows what they're talking about and knows all the herbs and things out there and getting to know them and just exploring.
Yeah. Will you be vending those as you forage through the summer? You'll be vending what you forage.
I will vending what I forage, and I make products out of those things like tinctures, oils, salves, massage bars, lotion, things like that. Yeah.
Nice. Awesome. And lost my train of thought there. See, that's probably the studio. So what kinds of the salves and stuff and the herbs, what are the benefits of some of those herbs?
There's a lot. So a lot of like the salves, so for example, St. John's wort is a really great herb that has a nice affinity for like joint pain. So using it topically can help with joint pain and things like that. And then it also using it internally can help with mood. Like supporting your mood. So there's things like that. There's I have a lot of herbs that are something called nervines, which help with like relaxation, So for example, California poppy or think of another one, hops.
Mhm.
And then like yarrow is a really good first aid herb, or so is plantain and stuff like that. And that's
So
just,
hops
that's just
outside
the
of
iceberg.
hops are useful outside of beer.
Yeah, you wouldn't believe it,
I
but
might
it's
want
hard to
one.
believe.
Shocked
I know.
now, but it's totally
Right,
like,
yes.
Not that we want to use them for
Yeah.
anything else.
Sorry.
got a little off track here.
I know.
That's okay. No, I
know.
hear
No,
you.
we
Yeah, piqued your
actually grow
interest.
hops in
Right.
our garden.
Yeah.
We
Oh,
originally
nice.
started for beer, but I
Yeah.
didn't realize there was other.
They are. They're sedative, so it's nice, relaxing.
They used to
Oh.
use them in pillows, like small pillows for your pillow, under your pillow in your bed
Uh-huh.
for
Yeah.
sleep time. So there'd be like lavender, hops, chamomile,
Oh.
relaxing, soothing
Yeah.
herbs, good aromatics, and are supposed to decrease nervousness, increase relaxation, and help with
Oh,
sleep.
interesting. Yeah.
Just like, a few beers does.
yeah.
Right, exactly. Well, that's what they were. Yeah, that's why
And
it's
less
beer
messy
actually.
if it's under-
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
Right. Yeah, and speaking of aromatics, I make incense cones as well from herbs that I grow and,
nice.
or forage. Yeah, it's a new product this year.
So who are some of the other vendors you're going to have this year? I know
So,
you don't have a complete list.
Nate, maybe you want to talk about what you're bringing because he's one of our only ag vendors. There are a
Right.
couple of you, but he is kind of the primary one who will be there every week.
We do
Yeah.
everything. Right now, we are growing everything from melons and watermelons and pumpkins, winter squash, popcorn, multiple varieties of potatoes, 4 or 5 varieties of cucumbers. We do all kinds of greens, Asian greens, kales, chards, carrots, multiple cabbages. Garlic's just scaping right now. We're very excited about that coming in pretty soon. We've got over 3,000 garlic out in the field.
A lot of garlic.
Yeah. Just enough for a year or so. And we do onions, and then we also wild forage tons. We make lots of tinctures for health benefits with mushrooms. We do a lot of reishi and chaga mushroom, turkey tail, and then we also forage things like yarrow, plantain. Jewelweed is a huge one. We just realized we're almost out of it. It's excellent for itchiness and bug bites. So we make a really nice salve in like a little that you can put right on a bug bite.
Yeah.
Stops
Oh, that's
itching and
great.
goes away almost instantly. It's
Yeah.
amazing. But yeah, we're kind of a jack of all trades
Right.
for being really small farm, but really keeping all of our doors open by being really multifaceted throughout the year.
Yes.
Yeah, and it's Northwind Farm. Nate, I don't know.
Northwind.
Yeah, just so everyone knows what your farm is, the name of it, and I will be the first to say his products are amazing.
I'll be the second. I happened to on Monday we had one of Nate's chickens with greens for dinner and with his CSA greens and oh man, it was to
Good
die
stuff.
for. It was really good.
Love
It
hearing
really
good
makes
feedback.
I mean, we talk about supporting local, but the flavors are just, to me, it's just unbelievable. The level of flavor from the things we get from you and we get from the garden,
Right.
as opposed to what you get in the supermarket, even if it's supposedly fresh in the supermarket.
It's night and day.
Yeah, it's really night and
I
day.
think especially with chicken. I mean, that standard thing is everything tastes like chicken.
Right.
But if you have had a fresh chicken,
It's true.
locally, it's
Yeah,
a
it's
totally
amazing.
different chicken experience.
Especially, we do a different type of chickens called Freedom Rangers, which take twice as long to raise out as your conventional chicken, and really excel on pasture. So they're moved on fresh grass every single day, and just it's amazing. The fat content,
Yeah.
the flavor, the texture of the chicken, it's pretty incredible in comparison to conventionally raised poultry that you
Plus,
buy in
the
the
same
store.
kind-
content is higher. I think
Nutrition.
it's
Yeah.
like it's
Yeah.
a better quality protein. It's
Much.
I think there's that whole avenue too of shop local and locally grown and it's just fresher and you're getting yes, you're paying a little bit more money, but there's so many more benefits to supporting local and to getting better quality food.
Yeah.
And better quality food for your body.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
worth
Not,
it.
not
Yeah.
chemicals and
Exactly.
More nutritionally,
Yeah.
more nutritionally dense, I think.
Yes.
Yeah,
Right,
for
exactly.
for every dollar you spend. Yeah.
Plus, I'm not sure if the supermarkets if the vegetables aren't raised for their ability to stay and be shipped, as opposed to their nutrition.
Nutrient quality.
Yeah,
no,
it's sort of
you're
like their
right.
parent, because boy, it's amazing how different they are.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you can get your basic determinate red slicing tomato in a grocery store, and that's been bred over years and years, decades and decades to have a thicker skin, which and then has a harder time for light to penetrate, has less sugars, less flavor, but it packages beautifully, and it'll sit in a box and get across the country.
Uniformly, too.
And uniformly,
Yeah.
all the same. Whereas we grow,
But it doesn't taste like a tomato that you pick.
Right.
we grow all heirloom indeterminate tomatoes, and they're wild to deal with, but their flavor's incredible. But it'll sit on a counter for one day before the skin breaks down and it starts to collapse and
Yeah.
degrade. It's
Yeah. So it has to be used fresh, but it's well worth it. Oh, yeah.
So how did the event go? Last time you were here, you were having the farmers market street. What was it? Oh, block
Block
party.
party.
Yeah,
How
it's a
did that go?
fundraiser. Nate can speak to that. I wasn't able to go to that.
Oh.
So.
It was incredible. We had an amazing turnout of I'm guessing 150 to 200 folks came down from all downtown New Bellows Falls, and it was a great turnout to see local folks from Saxon's River, from Westminster, from Bellows Falls, and we had a wonderful band play. We had tons of food, raffles, auctions. People were excited. Kids dancing in the grass, having fun. It was a fantastic community
really
event.
Yeah.
You actually went.
I did.
Yeah.
I went. It was fantastic. The food. Nate was cooking food,
Yep.
and they were like
That's right.
scrambling to be able to keep everybody. Because it was just packed. It
We
was
sold out multiple times throughout the night.
Yeah.
Had to run out and get more.
So,
But
yeah.
we're really looking forward to this summer. It's going to be the same. Every market we have live music booked. Every market we have multiple prepared food vendors. So there'll be food to eat, music to listen to.
Yeah. And we're setting up a place where you can bring your food and have like a little seating area.
Yeah.
And making it just more friendly just making it easier for people to enjoy that part of the market as well. Right, the music. There's going to be some on the third Fridays of the month. There will be other activities that are offered, some art activities and community engagement that way. Some more music. I think this Friday, or the beginning of the market, is supposed to be a touch an instrument for kids, a tent.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
An instrument tent is,
Nice.
yeah, exactly. So on the opening day, so things like that throughout. We're still kind of booking some of the things, but hoping to have a lot of ways of engaging kids.
Families and
And families, and just making it really friendly and like an event to go to, not just enjoying the vendors, but really
something to do on a Friday night.
Exactly.
Yeah, go
You can walk
listen to
down from
music,
your
get
house
some
and
food.
Right. And
Shop.
spend some time, and
Yeah.
spend time with your local community. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, because I think we had some artists from Main
I
Street
want to
Arts.
say Amber.
Amber Parrish,
Yeah.
I think, was
Yeah.
talking about,
Right.
was doing some type of community engagement activity through the farmers market. She hadn't fleshed it out yet, but she brought it up on the show. So I think that's kind of, I think, the last time, because it's gone through a few iterations, but I think at one point when it was at the Hetty Green Park, there was a lot more of that went on at Hetty Green, then it switched back. Well, then I think COVID hit, and then it switched back to the Waypoint Center, and then I think lost some of that. And so it's nice, because it did used to be kind of like a destination thing, not just going to go get my greens, but I'm going to go hang out and get something to eat. Yeah,
I'm really excited for it to get back to that
Yes,
kind
me
of.
too.
Yeah. Well, even for and good to mention that it's in Hetty Green Park.
Yes.
It's not going to be at the Waypoint Center anymore. It'll be at the Hetty Green, and I think there's a lot of advantages to that, one being visibility, but the other is people were just walking in, and I don't think they walked in as much to Hetty Green. I think they felt they had to drive to get there.
To the
Oh, the
Waypoint
Waypoint
Center.
Center.
Yeah.
I think you're right.
Yeah. So, and it was just sort of neat to see people walking down. You may see them coming
It's
down the
great.
sidewalk.
They would have strollers with kids,
Yeah.
2, 3, 4, 5-year-olds walking down, which we lost, I would say, 95% of those customers when we moved to the Waypoint Center.
Yeah,
We didn't see any of them really. It's just far enough out of sight, out of mind. And
Yeah.
No,
Well,
I
this would be
agree.
good.
I totally agree. I mean, even myself, driving through town, I'd see that you'd have the sandwich boards out, and I'd think, oh, I gotta go to the farmer's market.
Yes.
And then I would finish running my errands, but because I didn't see it,
Mm-hmm.
but a lot of times if you're going anywhere in town and you're scooping any kind of a loop, you're gonna see the farmer's market because you're visible coming up out of the square,
Exactly.
you're visible going down into the square, coming off of School Street. So that's just that visibility factor.
That's what we talked about at our last meeting. Just really excited about being visible, more visible to people, and we're going to really play that up and try to make it as visible as possible from the road. So so people get those reminders and actually Yeah, right, don't forget, after the
Sandwich
sandwich board,
board.
exactly.
Yeah.
Right, gotta go.
And then other vendors, you said there was somebody that bakes?
Yeah, Dylan
Mhm.
is doing, he does Grand View,
Yeah.
and he makes amazing breads and buns. He did all of our burger buns for the
Oh.
fundraising event. He made all of them, which was fantastic. And then we have ourselves doing produce and
Yeah.
things.
Oh, and he does weekly specials. I just want to tout Dylan a little bit
Oh,
more.
yeah.
He does these weekly special. Just every week he has a different kind of bread, and I think some are they stay the same each week, but
Right.
some of his breads, it's really fun to
Seasonal
see what he.
kind of.
Yeah, it's really fun to see what he
He's also
has.
venturing into fudge, I happen
Oh.
to know from.
How would you know
Sounds
that?
great.
I would know that I would know that because I go to Flatiron a lot. And I
okay.
always like to see what their new things are. And they had fudge out, and I'm pretty sure it's from Dylan.
That's
so.
good to know.
Yeah.
Okay. And speaking of fudge, that brings us to chocolate then. And
okay.
Eden Love is going to be offering her. She's high vibrational foods is what she calls them, but they're chocolates made with really good ingredients, really well sourced ingredients. So dark chocolates made with some herbs and things, infused with just really healthy foods. And then she makes a smattering of baked goods as well. So she'll be
Nice.
offering those at the market.
Neat.
She does a chocolate CSA,
She
I
does
believe,
do
as
chocolate
well for
CSA,
folks.
and she'll be able to
really?
Say it
sign.
as it's
Exactly.
so.
Right. And she's based right in Bellows Falls.
Yeah.
So, and she'll have the ability. You have the ability to
Right,
sign up.
I
know.
Sign up for her CSA there. So Eden, and then Raven Oracle. She's also another herbalist who will be there. She offers. I'll just read this. She offers some tarot readings as well. Dreaming pillows, infused oils, herbal tinctures, and more. So I think that's the first time she'll have been at the market. So that'll be fun to.
That'll be very fun.
Yeah.
Tarot card reading is always
Yeah.
Exactly.
always good
Right.
fun.
Right.
Yeah.
So adding to that kind of vibe of having just more to do, not
Yeah,
just vending.
exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
More
So
than just getting your vegetables.
right,
Yeah.
right.
Although you need your vegetables.
Right. Yeah, that's true.
Bella's is
So
all
do
the
you think-
chocolate.
Right, all the chocolate,
Yes.
exactly.
Do you think you're going to do tacos any time?
We are planning, I think, to do monthly pop-up tacos.
They're great.
Nice.
So it's
Yeah.
pretty fun. We raise all the ingredients ourselves. So we raise all the meats, we grow all the vegetables, we make all the condiments, all with ingredients that we
Oh,
raise.
nice.
So the hot sauces, salsas,
Right.
everything are made with all ingredients that we
Right.
grow and raise on our farm. So it's
Yeah.
kind of
Pretty amazing.
a lot of fun. It shows you what you can do. You can raise all of
Right.
your food
You
you need
can,
to eat.
yeah.
You can raise,
Mm-hmm.
it's nice. It's a little more work, but it's
Sure.
really nice and it's rewarding, and you're getting that nutrient dense food
Right.
and you know where it comes from. It's
And it's delicious.
the dream.
Plus, it seems kind of pertinent right now with the cost of food going way up
Mm-hmm.
to be number one sourcing local or even growing your own and realizing that I'm sure if someone had questions about growing, you guys are all familiar
Right.
with it, so you could answer questions if people were.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah.
Almost counterintuitive, but we really are big advocates of everybody growing as much as they can.
Mhm.
We grow a lot more, and that's not
Mhm.
going to change. But if you can grow a handful of your own ingredients, we will. I just helped a woman in Saxons River put in 8 new beds behind her house for sunflowers and vegetables, and
Nice.
just a
Yeah.
nice way to spend an hour in the morning and help
Yeah.
someone else out locally that really is wanting to grow and produce more of their own
Mhm.
food.
Right.
Nice.
It's fantastic, and most people aren't going to produce to the scale that we do. So
No,
you're not going to grow
Right.
your
We're gonna
garlic
put you
for
out
the
there,
year.
yes.
We're not going to, we're not losing on it.
They don't
but
have the
we-
enormous greenhouses that you have.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
Yeah, they're not planting 150 tomato plants, and it's. So it's really great. We love to see that, and I think the more people that can grow and produce
Right,
food,
exactly.
the better. Always.
It's and we do a garden too, and it's basically between the CSA and our garden, we really do well. But
Right.
I don't think we could grow enough. The effort to completely do it would be a little bit more than I'm willing to make right now, I guess.
Yeah, it's a lot of time to
Yeah.
maintain succession so that you know that you're seeding and then you're planting
Yeah,
in 2
exactly.
weeks. But when you're planting, you're also seeding new ones, and you have these consistent rotations throughout the whole summer.
That's why we all rely on you farmers.
Yeah.
That's right.
I grow some too, but I don't grow like you do. So
Yeah,
that's
so
what we rely on you guys.
I can pull out some lettuce from my garden, but
Right.
I have a steady supply from you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Anytime.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, and we have some other vendors too. I just want to make sure. Siobhan's last
Yes.
name, McPherson, I think maybe.
Yes.
She is going to have her dumpling truck there, a food truck
Oh,
there.
boy.
And so she's been making, I believe, making some
This is
dumplings
bad.
out
I
of some of the
shouldn't come here
fermented foods she's been
Oh.
producing. And I don't know if she's going to have her fermented products there as well.
I think so.
Okay.
I hope so.
Okay. So I think she'll be there, which is really exciting. I think this is kind of a new endeavor for her. So I'm
Prepared
I'm really excited.
I'm excited just to eat dumplings every
Totally,
week.
that's what I'm like, give me dumplings,
Twist
I'll show
my
up.
arm.
Right. And then, so Eventide View Farm will be there once a month as well. Janice and Daniel Leary Jones, so they'll be there. And just they have a variety of produce as well, and I think they raise their own poultry and things like that.
And
as
do
well.
well crafted stuff.
Yeah.
And their son Christopher is
Yeah.
going to be doing pizzas every week.
Yeah.
So he's going to
Wow.
be bringing a portable pizza oven and doing pizzas on the spot for
Right.
folks, which
Nice.
will be our
Yeah.
second, prepared food offering for
Right,
the weeks we
yeah.
eat, and
Right.
can be topped with anything, fresh
Right.
squash blossoms and mozzarella, and there's
Wow.
Or just the basic for all
Yep.
those kids out there. All those parents who want their kids to be
Yeah.
happy at the farmer's market.
Yeah.
squash
Yeah.
blossoms
Not
and
so
ricotta.
about the squash
Oh
Right.
man,
Right.
dream of them.
Right.
And so Friday, June 17th is the opening
The
day.
opening day.
Which is actually the perfect opening day because it's alumni weekend in Bell's Falls
Yes.
on the beat.
Okay.
A lot of extra people out and about. That'll be enjoying a lot of hop products at the actual party that day.
Right.
Yes.
Of course,
That's
they
later.
might want to
That's
come.
later.
They might want
Right.
to come and get check it out. But it's good timing because that's definitely a time. There's a lot
great.
of people in
A
town.
lot of folks in
Good.
A
town.
lot of folks in town. We are down to about 3 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
How long do you see the market lasting? I mean, in terms of months.
So as of now, we're going through the middle of September,
Yeah.
and we were just talking earlier about the fact that it's an evening market. We kind of have to end a little bit earlier than some other markets, daytime markets. But the middle of September
Oh, okay.
is the end.
So
So, yeah.
from June 17th till the middle of September.
Yes, I forget the exact
Every
Friday,
Friday.
but every Friday.
And I think we have contact information we can put up.
Yeah.
That is the contact information for the Greater Falls Farmers Market, their Gmail, the Greater Falls Farmers Market email address, and then Nate's Gmail address for Northwind Farms.
Right.
Because are you still accepting vendors? Like if somebody happens to be watching this?
We would still be accepting vendors, or if you want to get on the newsletter that goes out weekly, that's an option. So just email the email that's up there for me. And just also, I forgot to mention that SNAP benefits are, they are exchanged for crop cash that would be used at the market.
Right.
Can't
Also-
beat it. Double your cash.
Yeah.
Shop
So
locally.
yes, exactly. So just want to make sure that everyone knows that too.
Great.
Yeah.
I think that's it for this week. Thank you, Bellows Falls, for listening to us. We would like feedback on the new set.
Setup.
I can't say that I'm totally comfortable with it,
I know,
but
it's different.
yes.
But we'll get used to it. But also that this room can also be used for hybrid meetings. So it's a small meeting space. If you have a business and you have to regularly do hybrid Zoom meetings and you need a space to have some people in person and to have a really big
Yes,
screen
that's
for your
true.
Zoom, then contact Alex because that's one of the other uses of this room.
Right. Or if you're a video creator and you want to do editing, this is a perfect editing spot. It has surround sound speaker set up so that you can get a true sound that you would get in the theater, which is often hard if you're just using earphones. All right.
Very nice.
Well, thank you.
Thanks,
And
community.
that's it. Bye.
Local news, politics, business, sports, arts, music.